Hi guys, how are you? My name is Santa Sagaro, aka the Caribbean Dub. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit that notification button. Make sure you know every time that I am making a video. I'm on a mission right now and I'm going to be making videos around food. There's going to be a few recipes. They're already made, so they're in the batch to go. Whether it be financial talks, we're going to be talking about all things finances in plain English, no jargon, just for you, that things that you can adapt by what I've learned, what I've done, and the information that I have at hand through the company that I'm around. I'm going to pass it all on to you on this page. So yes, make sure you're in the know. Make sure you're hooked up. Make sure you're connected, okay? I do have a cold, so bear with me in the old voice. So, what exactly did I learn from 1 week living on €10 and meal planning? The number one thing is I've learned that I am so happy that I'm able most of the times to shop around. That's one thing that I have really learned is before I knew it, before I did it, but when you couldn't do it, you realize how limited you are when you only stay loyal to a supermarket and not loyal to your own budget. You should be loyal to your own budget because realistically, most supermarkets, there's no supermarket out there that are doing things so they can be at a loss and you are in profit. The way you have to do it is you have to shop around because some supermarket has specials here and special there. And because I shop around, I know that if I go to certain supermarket, the frozen section will have more selection and it will give you better value for money there. But I know other places that they have bulk items that you can buy and you're going to save money. Or the fruit and veg, the deals are better there. You know, you might get grapes here, that's cheaper. You might get sweet potato there, that's cheaper. There's different bits and pieces that you get. But the reason why you need to notice and how you notice is by shopping around. Don't get too comfortable to the supermarket. Stop being so loyal to a brand. Be loyal to your budget, your finances, and your goals. It's such an important thing. And this week, doing this challenge really clarified that for me. The next one I've learned is portion sizes, guys. A lot of us, we buy things, we do the meal plan, we shop around, and we have everything down. But at the end of the day, you hear after every dinner, scrape, and you see food that are going in the bin. I'm not about that food waste, guys. Not about that food waste. I'm not about that life. I think that it's so important to avoid the food that's going into your belly should be going into your belly and not to the bin. So at all costs, we need to avoid that. And one thing I learned, if you saw the video, which I'll have a link underneath, is I made my soup, which is something that I do anyway. I use ice trays and for my herbs, and soups I use the big muffin trays. And all I do is I boil it, I pour it, I freeze it, I pop it out, put it in a plastic bag. And when I want soup and the kids don't want soup, I have enough to make a portion for me. To be honest with you, 2 ice cube, 2 muffin trays, that's about enough for me. I really like the bread. I like soup for the bread, okay? And I make the soup so it is a zero waste option. If I have fruit and veg at the end that are about to go off, sorry, veg more, come on, that is fruit. Maybe tomatoes actually. But no, if I have veg left over, that's something that I would do. Instead of throwing it in the bin, I would make a big batch of soup. I'll freeze it and then I can have it. And it's such an important thing. And then it's part of my meal plan for the week after, that I don't need to go and get loads of veg or loads of dinner, but that would have been in the bin otherwise. So your portion sizes are so important. I make sure that I serve myself what I'm going to eat. I'm not there about, my eyes are too big for my belly. I'm not about that life, guys. It doesn't do you any good. And what I realized is I had fallen into the habit of overfeeding us all, and it was scrape. And you know what? Sometimes we're so hard on our kids and we think like, don't be wasting that, don't be doing that. And when you really look at what they're doing is they just can't eat as much as you're giving them. So we had a real reset in this house around portion sizes, and I've now been really paying attention of what I'm feeding them. Although the challenge was just about me, I realized that there was a lot of waste going on with them. So let's avoid waste at all costs, whether it be money or whether it be environmentally. Let's avoid that at all costs, be loyal to our budget, and stop the zero waste. Another thing that I noticed was how important my specials and my Super 6 and my yellow stickers are to me, guys. I love a special. I hardly have any meat in this house that I buy full price. When I paid off my debt in 2019, I literally sliced my food shop budget. I wasn't playing, guys. And what happened was I wasn't really cutting back. I wasn't sacrificing the fact that I love cooking. I love good food, good quality. I love having my veg packed meals. I love feeling like, I'm putting goodness into my body as much as possible because I have a jelly addiction, right? I love feeling that, and I always try and do that with every meal plan, with every shop that I go to. So when I see salmon on sale or it's now half price, I'm more likely to pick that up because I know that's going to be something that I'm going to be able to make a healthy meal for my family. So that's another thing I'd say. I really did miss my Super 6s because they gave me a great amount of variety. The yellow stickers gave me exactly what I wanted at half the price, at a quarter of the price, at 30% off the price, and I wasn't sacrificing anything. I wasn't restricting me and my family's diet. I was able to feed us by just being a little bit savvy with how I shop and the food that I'm willing to eat. So guys, this one isn't necessarily about saving your money, but what it is for is it's just something to be mindful of for me. And I feel that I never notice it as much. I never notice that when I am feeding the kids, because I do a lot of cooking and I do all of the cooking in the house. I'm a picker, guys. Throughout that week, because I had to feed the kids something different from me, the amount of times that I've gone to grab a little bit of meat, take a spoonful of rice, take a little bit of pasta, or cutting up their fruit, take a bite of a grape. I am a picker. I know it has nothing to do with saving money, but it is something to do with eating healthy. Because even though I'm saying I make them smoothies, or I'll make them this, I gave them a bar of chocolate, or I had to stop myself like in the tens from reaching into the press and just got, I'll just have a bicky while I'm doing this by just, like having a cup of tea. It's like I didn't realize I had a cup of tea and I had to have a biscuit as well. I do like bacon. I did not realize that. What in the name is going on? Look, there's nothing wrong with it to a certain point, but I'm enjoying my dinners now when I just taste the food and not eat it. When I just taste the food and then go, okay, I'll wait with with everybody else and have my dinner and sit down and enjoy it. That's another thing. Like I couldn't believe it. So that's not about saving, but that's something I've learned. I didn't want to just share everything about saving. I wanted you to see my mindset as well. So I've been really watching how much of a picker I am. And yeah, I've been really watching that. Another thing I've learned is actually I have food at home. I have been going out doing mad shops, top-up shops. You've seen me. Guys, for the most part, I need to eat what I have in the house. When you only have €10, you start noticing everything. You realize how much exactly that you have in your house. I have food at home. I need to go and do a food shop for fresh food. I've realized that I was falling back into my old habits again, where I'm just building and building and building and not actually eating all the food that I have. So for this week, I'm basically doing a pantry challenge for myself where I'm eating what I have at home and I'm going to top up with fresh fruit and veg, those perishables that will go off. And that's about it. And at that, I don't even need a lot of fresh fruit and veg. I can literally eat more or less what I have at home. I have fallen back into the habit of buying for the sake of buying. I like having a full fridge, a freezer rather. I like those cupboards stacked. But like I always say, when you have it stacked, you don't know what you have. So this has been an ultimate reset for me. I am literally going back to basics. And it feels good. Another one I would say is, to follow on from that last point, is I'm privileged. I have a lot. I might not be on the biggest income in the world. I might have to, diligently budget to feed my family and make, because people get it twisted and they're like, girl, you making money now. It's not. I still pay myself. I still live within my means. I still put money towards a saving plan. I still do the same thing. I'm not living a mad life. I don't think I'd be flash anyway if I was, but I really amn't. I really haven't. And that's going to be another video that I'll talk to you about, which is other streams of income. So if you're not subscribed, if you're not notified, you're not going to know. I'm going to be going hard. I'm coming factual, coming with a bit of crack, to be honest. You know me, guys. Can't just keep it straight. But I've realized that I am ultimately so privileged in my life. I don't really want for anything. I don't. Friends, there is no problem when it comes to food, when it comes to my life. I am very blessed. I am very lucky. And to know that there's people out there and this is basically what they have to do, it's been a real conscious time switch in my head, and it's really made me think, wow, you have a lot to be grateful for, girl. You better start being grateful. So that has been ultimately what I've learned on my meal plan, on this meal plan, the €10 meal plan. Because if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have realized, okay, you have this, you have that coming to you, you have this in the house, this is the habits that you're falling into. I fell off and now I'm back on track. So I hope you found this video informative. I hope you liked it, and looking forward to see you on Thursday for Budget with Me. Bye.